What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This one will be a little bit different, and that's because of instead of in person, we're going off of the video that Harley just released, showing you guys 4 new models and then all of the CVO colors. Now I say new, some got updates, some are new. Stick around. Pretty exciting stuff. Trust me, it was super tempting to put this information out because I recorded this video 2 days prior to the virtual launch. However, at the same time Harley put this video out, they put out a big press release saying that they know some dealers have leaked this information and there's going to be big repercussions. So, to keep myself out of hot water with Harley, to keep the dealership out of hot water with Harley, I've waited until the very second the virtual launch that they were doing has ended, so that one is live. If you want all the full details, you want the backstory, you want the design stories, you want all that good stuff, go check out Harley's press release that they did. This one's just going to be kind of a quick show you the bikes, give you my thoughts, try to keep it as short and sweet as we can. So with that, let's jump into this video. So we're going to watch this together. Here we've got the Lowrider S. Now, as you can see, the photos that I went off of, the leaked photos to kind of tell you guys, let's pause it really quickly there. The photos that I went off of to show you this bike seem to be pretty accurate so far. It's got the 117. It's got the relocated gauge, and that was one of my questions was, does it have the Sportster S gauge, or is it going to be something different? Here we see this is the gauge off the Fat Bob. So you have the analog speedo, you have the digital information down at the bottom, which I think is a nice compromise, because when I was wanting it to have the Sportster S gauge, a lot of guys were giving some pushback saying, no, I like the analog. I like the analog. My theory on that was give people the option to do all the fancy stuff, and if you don't want to mess with all that, you're still going to get the readout. But I feel like Harley split the difference. This was a nice compromise. Let's jump back into the video. Now we can also see that it is taller in the back. I think Harley says that's a 58 millimeter. I can't remember what the rumors were, but it's definitely a lot higher, which increases your lean angle, making it, again, a little bit more of a S model to me, now that they've got the 117, more lean angle. Also, you see that the touring pictures seem to be pretty accurate as well. I can't tell exactly if that's the fairing rather that we were looking at in that super early spy photo that was released probably 2-3 months back. But I'm a big fan of that fairing, dude. I think that looks really good. You do have the clamshell bags like off of the Sport Glide. Now, my only beef with those bags, I won't say my only beef because I don't absolutely love them, but the biggest thing for me that's a little weird is on the exhaust side, that bag is a little bit shorter. So from the back, the bike kind of looks funny, but I mean, I don't know what you're going to do about that. I think I'd rather have it that way and have the bigger bag on the other side than 2 smaller bags. So let me know what you guys think about that one down in the comments. I feel like we've kind of seen everything. I mean, the leaks were pretty accurate. So I'll leave the rest of this video to you guys if you want to go watch Harley's virtual launch. That's pretty much all I have to say about the Lowrider S. I don't know at the time of recording, like I said, this is 2 days prior to Harley putting out their video. I don't know the pricing yet. It will be on the website, and I'll also get that information from the website, and I'll put it down in the description of this video to keep you from having to jump around so you don't have to go to Harley's website to see the prices. I'll include the prices in the description for those that are interested. So next up, let's talk about this. This is Harley's Performance Bagger. They did a Street Glide, I guess it would be a special, and a Road Glide special. Obviously based around the Battle of the Baggers thing that happened, because we've got, Kyle Wyman here in the video. Shout out to him. Dude is an absolute beast. So what can we tell about these bikes based on the photos? Well, clearly there was a shot of a 117. So they do have the 117 Milwaukee 8. That was good to see. We've also got those different wheels. So you could see in that shot, they were gold wheels. If we get a good shot, I'll pause it. But, yeah, there we go. So let's back that up just a hair. Where was that? Okay, right there. So not the same wheel as the Lowrider S, but they're using that same kind of gold setup. It is much more of a performance wheel. Now, in those leaked photos of the Lowrider S, even people at the dealership, dude, argued with me that these bikes have inverted front ends. I knew for sure they didn't. As a photographer, I could tell the way the sun was coming in, and I also knew where the reflectors are on these bikes. Obviously, they're at the bottom of the fork. So what you were seeing was the sun hitting that reflector and bouncing back, which could have looked like the silver internal part of the fork leg, which means it would have been inverted. However, I could see the thicker cowbell portion on top there. So I was very confident, not inverted front end. I would have loved to have seen that. We didn't get that. You do have a much smaller, sportier fender, but as far as I can tell, there is just a 117 and a different wheel on these bikes. Now, they've used some gold accents, some gold trim. I'm a fan of that. I think it looks really, really good. Also, these bikes are going to come with a solo seat on them. So in this video, you'll see there are some sections where there is a 2-up seat, and then there's also going to be some shots of those Screaming Eagle Öhlins collab piggyback shocks on the back of some of these bikes. I could be wrong, but I am 99.9% sure that is not how these bikes come, because that seat, when you see a 2-up riding seat, that's a parts and accessories seat, as are those shocks. So would have been awesome if Harley put those on there, but I feel like those things are like $1,800, maybe even $2,000. Anyway, they kind of flirt around that price range. So really going to drive the cost up. And just like with the 2 Lowrider models, I'm not sure of pricing at the time of recording, but they will be down in the description if you want to see without having to jump to Harley's website. Here's some good close-up shots of the bike. Like I said, lots of gold accessories. Real clean, simple emblem. I like that, just like with the Lowrider S. Kind of a throwback, paying tribute. Just like I said, in Harley's video, they're going to show you guys a lot of this stuff. And it is cool. I do encourage you to go watch that one. I was just trying to give you the quick highlights for those that don't have time yet, but were too impatient to wait until they do have time to look at this bike. Yeah, I mean, to me, everything kind of looks the same, except now you get the 117, which is also going to be what you get on the CVO. So I'm curious. Obviously, see, there's that 2-up seat. Let's stop it right there. That's kind of what I was waiting for. Like I said, trying to keep this video quick. There's the 2-up seat in that parts and accessories catalog, and you can see right above the saddlebag lids there, you can see the Screaming Eagle Öhlins collab exhaust. Screaming Eagle had nothing to do with those. Those are Öhlins shocks. I based that off of, it's the same part number as Öhlins, I believe, if you just bought those identical shocks without Screaming Eagle on them, which is fine. I don't know, I feel like they've got the suspension on lock, but we'll keep it paused right here real quick. Look at that fender. Looks good. Wheels look good. I'm a fan of that seat. I don't know what it costs. I don't know how comfortable it is, but I think it looks really freaking good. And again, we have the shocks. Let's start the video back up. See if we can pick out anything else. That gold windshield, I think, is parts and accessories as well. But depending on the price, it definitely doesn't come with the 131. I don't know if you guys just noticed that, but there will be no 131 on these performance baggers, but that would be sick. However, let's imagine they did those shocks that we're looking at right now and a 131 cubic inch engine. I feel like you're over CVO money at this point. So, like I said, in the spirit of keeping this video short, we're going to move on. And last but not least, we're going to look at the CVOs. When I watched this video the first time, The paint on one of these bikes really spoke to me, and typically CVO paint doesn't. That's why I like the Gunship Gray. They did that on the Road Glide CVO in 2018. I like that paint. That's the one right there. Here, let's pause it really quickly. Obviously, that's not finished yet. It's still, kind of in the paint process, but tell me that doesn't look amazing. Like, that's a really, really good one. There's also some flamed options. But for those of you wondering, again, I know I promised to keep this video short as possible. You get a Road Glide CVO, you get a Street Glide CVO, you get the CVO Limited, and then they did the CVO Trike once again. And dude, that thing, I want to say that bike got like close to $55,000 for the Trike version of the CVO. Insane. Not saying it's not worth it, but wow. So there's a good shot, a good lineup. Sorry, I missed it. We'll go back slightly. There we go. So we see we've got a Street Glide on the end, a Road Glide, the Trike, a Road Glide, and a Street Glide. Maybe I told you guys wrong when I said there was a Limited. I'm sorry if that's the case. I thought I saw a Limited. We'll kind of watch another minute or two of this video just to see. I've got a flame version. That orange and black, dude, that's going to be a hot one this year. I can already tell you. And the flames will do well too, man. When I was in vehicle sales, I sold a ton of the flame version of CVOs. A lot of Harley people like flames. A lot of hot rod people like flames. I like it in the right context, but compared to that orange and black, I mean, it's not doing anything else for me, the flames. They do talk about in the video how in certain light you don't even see the flames, and then in certain light they're very loud and proud. Let's just pause really quickly to admire the beauty that is that Road Glide right there. So you see, just like last year, they did those spoke wheels on the Road Glide. I mean, I'm typically not a CVO guy, but oh baby, that thing is hot. Hopefully we get that one, and that's the version I get to review for the CVO Road Glide. Stay tuned for that one. That's all I have for this one, guys. Like I said, if you want all the details, go check out Harley's video. If you like this one, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and be on the lookout for more review videos and more comparison videos. Thanks for watching, guys.